Hey, what's up guys, Joshua's Boost here and welcome back to another Digimon video. Today I'm doing something a little bit different than usual. I'm doing a deck profile from the Place Ultimate Cup. This was 7th place and it was piloted by, probably butchering the name, but it was piloted by Asier Arribas. And he actually played, I think, in hindsight, a really good pick for this event, which was actually Mastemon. Definitely not something I would have expected to top the event, but kind of looking at the meta game, where, you know, Garurumon actually got super popular, which we could have predicted, right, as well as Grandis. This makes sense because this deck definitely has a pretty good time into those decks, as long as they're not, you know, running a delicate plan, and even if they are, that, you know, hurts the consistency of the deck in general. So, yeah, very, very good pick. I'm just gonna go over the deck list here on digimoncards.io, and yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. So for starters, the Digitama count here is 3 Demimeramon and double Niaromon. Demimeramon, we all know it's, you know, draw 1, discard 1. But then Niaromon is the one that's actually from the Mastemon structure deck, which says when attacking, if you have a yellow Digimon in play, draw 1, trash 1. He actually mentioned how he wanted to play 4 of the Niaromon and just 1 of the Demimera, but he couldn't find 2 more Niaromon for the event. But yeah, to play around bouncing effect, right? So where you can still trigger the Digitama even if he gets bounced. Because of course, if your Digimon gets bounced, then Demimera does nothing, and Niaromon, you know, you can trigger it on your own terms basically. But yeah, he would have played 4, but could only find 2, but apparently it didn't really matter, since, you know, he got top 8 anyway. Going X1, he just lost to Garurumon. He told me, I suppose he got kind of unlucky with his security. Yeah. Then moving on to the main deck, for the rookie lineup, as you can see, he ran double Gazimon, 4 Psychemon. I think this is fair enough. It's pretty standard to just run these floodgate-like level 3s in the Mastemon deck. He probably voted Psychemon a little bit more, probably against stuff like Def X and potential decks that still Digicross, like Blue Flare, Dark Nightmon, and even Crossheart is not like bad all of a sudden. I know it actually did fairly well at this event. But then the more interesting pick for level 3 here is the Candlemon. It's a yellow level 3, but it can evolve over the purple Digitama and the inheritable effect. It doesn't have like a actual effect, but the inheritable effect is once per turn when you play another purple Digimon, you can gain 1 memory. And so this is cool if you're like building up your stack, you know, evolving into this, then into the Gatomon, and then eventually going into like, let's say, Lady Devimon or whatever. If you go into the Mastemon push, you put your opponent on a lot of memory, unless you already had level 5 on field, and this, you know, makes it a little bit better where you actually gain 1 memory. So you don't have to give your opponent that much memory. Yeah, I definitely like this card in the deck, and I also like how it's a yellow level 3. So sometimes if you really need like access to the yellow card to activate your options, you know, like Flaming Hellscythe and Chaos Degradation, and you already have like a purple Tamer in play, it can serve that role, which I think is really good. Then moving on to the level 4s, we are 1 Black Gatomon, this is standard. 4 of the regular Gatomon, I don't really think there's anything to say about those choices, also very standard. He's on double Mekomon though, so going a little bit more into the security effects. It just plays itself at the end of battle, but then the inherited effect is it's quite good. It's if this Digimon has 2 or more colors, which it will pretty much always have if you're building the stack with it. It gains 2 memory, so it means if they actually out your huge Mastemon stack, then you will gain 2 memory, or potentially even 4 if you also have the Maycrackmon, which we will get to later. Which gives you like a little bit more room to breathe and actually get off your place, right? Because to do Mastemon stuff, unless you already have the Gatomon on the field, you do usually need a lot of memory to do that. So 2 of those. And the 1 Kazemon, I think this is interesting. I haven't really seen any Mastemon lists, I think, playing hybrids. But yeah, here we do have the 1 Kazemon, you know, Kazemon for game, nice. Then moving on to level 5, we have the full place of Lady Devimon. Again, I think there's nothing much to say about this. Double Makegregmon, Vicious Mode, which is the one that's either on play or when Digivolving, you can trash one card from your hand, and then depending on the color, you can have an effect. If it's a purple card, you can delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. If it's a yellow card, you can reduce one of your opponent's Digimon by 3000. In combination with Flame Hellscythe, this can actually reduce 9000, which is enough to get rid of most of the level 5s, which is definitely nice. And then Inherited, it has the same effect as the Mekomon, which we just talked about. Yeah, I think this is nice, running 2 of this. It's also double color, right, so it can function as either the yellow or the purple when you want to go for your DNA Digivolve play. Yeah. Then double Lucemon, again, I think this is one of those cards where there's really not much to say. It's one of the power plays of the deck, right? You know, getting this from the trash to your security and then playing it out to get rid of your opponent's Tamer or level 6, I mean, or lower. Then triple Magna Angemon, yeah, just standard stuff. Also double of the Angel Woman. This one is really good, I think. The Inheritable is very strong, where it can help you actually close out the game if you want to go that way. Faster with Security Deck +1. But then the unplay effect is also definitely relevant. Like if they hit your Hellscythe in security, you bring this out, you will mostly stop pretty much any push from happening, since it gives Security Deck -2, and then I don't think there's like any deck that can finish the game through that. I guess Grandis if they get lucky, because it will have Security Deck +2. But then, you know, they have to hit it late in their security swings. So, yeah. Then for the level 6s, we have the playset of the DNA Digivolve Mastemon, obviously. And then actually not running something like Ophanimon or Venusmon, which is also something I've seen, but preferring to go a little bit more aggro with the old Mastemon, which I like. Not much to say about that, I think. It's a unique pick for sure. And then just one Def X for level 7s. Yeah, there's like so many cards you want to play in this deck, right? And I suppose with Crossheart being less popular, you know, at least I think that was the assumption. You know, one Def X is probably enough. Then moving on to the options, we have 4 Flame Hellscythe. Again, there's really nothing to say about this, I think. 1 Reinforcing Memory Boost. I don't think all of Mastemon's builds are playing this, but I think it's really good. Again, you can go for like more of a security style approach if you're playing this deck. And, you know, this list also has the Mekomon, which is like another good target for it. And you know, you obviously want to hit the Flame Hellscythe and the Chaos Degradation, so yeah. And then triple Chaos Degradation, it's a hefty cost, but you do want to see it in security. And in a hand, it is one of the cards that outs everything. Like, I don't think there's any stack that can't be outed by this, you know, unless something like Congo is of course activated. But yeah, just the best removal card in the game, literally. Then for consistency, we are on triple Mako. Again, I don't think there's much to say about this. Playing this is definitely fair enough. And then for the Memory Tamers, we're on 1 TK and double Kari. Kari, of course, being better late game, but TK being better early game. 3 Memory Tamers, I also think is fair. Just, again, you do need a lot of memory to play this deck usually. So having access to that 3 memory is very important. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for sharing the list with me and letting me ramble about it. I'm also really glad I got to show this off, because I do really like the Mastemon deck and I think it's cool. It's got X1, 7th place at the Ulti Cup. And if you did enjoy this type of deck profile, I do of course prefer real life deck profiles, but that's not always possible, especially not with these online events. So yeah, let me know if you do like this kind of deck profile, and I might do some more in the future. And yeah. That's it. See you guys in the next one. Bye.